Let's get it started.
Ha! You know how Black Eyed Peas, like, they go, like, it's so aggressive. They go, ah! Let's get it started. And, ah!
Yeah, you know how they had to change that song?
No.
Do you not know what their original version of that song is?
No.
Well, look it up. It's pretty bad.
Is it?
It rhymes with started, and there's a re in front of it.
No.
I'm dead serious. Oh my God. Hold on.
I'm looking it up right now.
I have to know that this is not like a, what are they called? Those,
spoofs.
No, I remember the song being I feel like it was on the radio. A Mandela effect.
Oh.
Hold on.
I see it on Reddit.
Let's get removed, it says. Oh, it was just removed last week from Spotify.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. It was a legit thing. It's not great, not good at all. We should not make fun of that one. That it's not okay. But yeah.
No. You know what? This episode might irritate some people, but you didn't say it, so it's fine. That's fine.
No, I'm just letting people know of the, history.
I did not know that. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
Hello, people. How's it going? We're back for another episode of What's with the Neighbors? And we're continuing the spookiness into November.
And this is a hometown horror.
Sorry.
You're good.
We just gotta no, I like being off cue because it's more fun that way.
Yeah, otherwise
wow,
it
how
sounds
annoying
rehearsed.
Is that? Yeah. We're totally not rehearsed at all, guys. We're anything but rehearsed.
I'm so mad right now. Alice just changed the calendar. Just changed it.
They pooped.
Tony came in here and he's like, nice. I can drop a big one now. And he just did, and it smells so bad.
Do you need to pause real quick and have Alice change it?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna, yeah. Because I need it. She changed it, but it's like, it needs to be cleaned. You know, like that around it. So,
yep.
I'll be good. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
Speaking of spookiness, and I hope everyone had a super great Halloween, and I hope that you were safe.
Yeah.
So speaking of Halloween, have you ever participated in a Halloween trick like TPing or like TPing a house or I don't know, ding dong ditching or something like that?
I got candy snatched by my own brother.
Ooh,
I mean, I've always been into scaring people. I know on Halloween, I've talked about how my mom and her ex-boyfriend were super big into decorating and decking out our front yard.
Yeah.
And one year he made this big old coffin to stand up against the tree, and we had a dummy in there, and we would stand in there and try to scare people.
Oh, that's fun.
Or I don't think it was during trick-or-treating, though. Oh, and I lived at an apartment complex once, and I made a dummy, and I put it next to me, and then I dressed up in really baggy clothes, and I scared kids.
Ooh, that's fun.
I just really like scaring people. That's my favorite.
It's my favorite.
Especially kids. Sorry.
I don't think I've ever done anything like that.
Yeah, that's about the most extreme I've gone. I don't think I've ever done any actual pranks. Oh, I don't think that was on Halloween, though. We TP'd my Uncle Lenny's Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't remember if that was on Halloween or not. But yeah.
I never did anything on Halloween, but I've definitely done, my friends and I were in a pranking war, but it wasn't on Halloween.
Yeah, so. You like your pranks.
Yeah,
you get really serious with your pranks, though.
I do. I do. I
You put
was
some,
really
like they're not like in the moment pranks. They're like, oh my God, my whole life is ruined prank. Oh my God, everything has changed. And then you're like, ha, gotcha. And they're like, this
what
isn't
are
funny
you
at all.
talking about?
Like about what did you tell me? You did something with a truck with Rick?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I don't remember
When
what
I
it was.
posted his truck on Craigslist
Oh
for
yeah.
like it's like a $60,000 truck or something, like back before everything got super expensive, and I listed it for like 9.
Josh would kill me.
But so when I was a teenager, my friends and I got into that, like a pranking war, and like I remember going to one of my friends' houses, and it was like the girls against the guys, and the girls, we saran wrapped all the items in one of my friend's house or in his room. And it just kind of like was escalating bigger and bigger. And then when we finally called it quits was when they took canned corn and like spread it all over my parents' lawn. And my parents weren't home, and they like took forks and like put it in the lawn, and they took some other stuff and like threw it in the lawn. And I was so mad at them because I was like, you're not destructing my stuff. You're destructing my parents' stuff.
My parents are going to be pissed.
Yes, that was exactly it. And so like I'm yelling at them. It's like midnight, and I'm yelling at them in the street because we caught them. And the neighbor called my parents when they were camping, and I got in trouble.
Well, you know, you shouldn't have gotten in trouble. You tried to stop it.
I shouldn't say. I don't think I actually got in trouble. It was more like I got a talking to, like, you need to stop this sort of thing. You know, like this can get out of hand really fast.
Yeah. Hang on real quick.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I keep on hearing doors slamming, and I don't know what's happening. Josh isn't home yet, so. What are you doing up there?
Watching YouTube.
Where's your sister at?
She's on the couch.
Why is the door shaking so much? Is Dad home? Okay, no, he's not home. Looks out the window. Okay, goodbye. Like, literally, the door keeps on shaking. I wonder if Dakota's right out there. Or maybe it's really cold down here, so I wonder if that or the heat and the cold.
Yeah.
Can you hear my heater, speaking of?
No.
Okay, it's freezing in here. Speaking of pranks, one more thing that I forgot to mention last week. On my trip, so every time we've seen my sister over the past couple years, we've done, like, various pranks. Like the last time we saw her, we googly eyed her house, and she's still to this day finding googly eyes. I saw on TikTok some guy got 200 like resin little mini ducks.
Yes.
And he hid them all over his parents' house. And so we also did that for my sister. And for those that do not know my sister, she is very organized, very detail oriented. She knows exactly where everything is. If something moves, she knows it's moved. Like I put one in the pocket of her robe.
Yeah.
That was hanging on the back of her door, and she knew that someone messed with her robe because the pocket was opened. Like it was like moved differently.
Gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, she's been finding them all over her house. We had them in her Dawn dish soap bottle. I put one in her olive oil bottle, like her fancy little olive oil container. She's like, how am I supposed to get that out? She finally did get it out.
Of course
she uses olive oil a lot. Then we've re-hid them, and she doesn't listen to this. We've re-hid them in the same exact places. Like
where she
puts them all in this jar, and she keeps the jar right out in the open. And so like every once in a while we would like go grab a few out the jar and just go re-hide some, or like give some to the kids. And she's like, dang it, I already got one from here. I'm too afraid to tell you her really good spot, or the really good spot for ones that I hid.
Yeah.
but there's a really good spot that she is not going to find them until they move for sure. There are several spots that she's not going to find them until they move. So many.
I absolutely love that.
I think she's only found like 30.
Oh my god.
It's so bad. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty great. We get updates on her finding new ducks all the time. It's great.
Love it. I love
it.
that.
It's awesome.
So before we get into our hometown horrors and our neighborhood story, I have to tell you my own personal ghost experience.
What? Like recently?
Okay. Yes, like the day before yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So no one was home. The only person that was home was my dad, and he was outside. Okay. The dogs were out back, all of them. It was only me and Leon, my cat. For those who don't know Leon, but you should know.
You should know Leon.
So it was just me and Leon in the kitchen. Okay. And all of a sudden, I smelled the strongest fart I have ever smelt. It felt like in the kitchen. And I was like, that's not Leon. Like, Leon did not do that, right? Absolutely not. A cat cannot make that pungent of a smell. And also, I've never even heard him fart before. I've heard Tony fart, but not him. Because he's a perfect angel and does not fart. So I was like, wow, that's so weird. So I told my mom, and she was like, I keep smelling random farts also. Like, where, like, there's no one around her, and she's, like, farting. Okay? But she's not farting. Like, it smells like someone farted. Like, she'll be like, and I've seen her do it, where she's like, did the dog poop? And I'll be like, no one's around you. And she's like, what the heck? And so I was convinced that a ghost was walking around crop dusting all of us. And it turns out it was something that was rotting in the fridge.
Ah.
So. But
I love that your mind jumps straight to ghost.
I was
you
so
and I have been
bummed.
friends. I'm rubbing off on you.
I was like, oh man, I really was hoping it was.
Really wanted a really disgusting toilet humor ghost. Man.
Just crop dusting us in the
You know what I've
afterlife.
always wanted? A ghost with an irregular bowel problem.
So yeah, that's my own personal ghost experience.
I love
Who
that.
knows? It still could be a ghost. We don't know that.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
What? Quickly. Are you dying? Are you bleeding?
Now he's still watching YouTube.
Okay, that's fine. It'll shut it off whenever she's supposed to get shut off. Get out from behind the couch.
I want to stay here.
All right, well don't go near Dad's Lego. All right, love you, bye.
All right. Do
He's
you have a
still
neighborhood?
watching YouTube. Yes.
Do you have a neighborhood story?
Yes, I do, and I'm very excited for this one because I thought of this one a super last minute. Like literally,
Ooh.
5 minutes before you called, I probably put this down. I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. Okay. So this is from BuzzFeed, and I think there was like a 30 of them, but I was like, we ain't got time for 30. We'll do the top 10.
Yeah.
So it was titled Weirdest Things That People Have Gotten on Halloween, like during trick-or-treating.
I love that.
Okay, we're going to start at 10.
Okay.
And we'll go backwards.
Okay.
All right. So number 10 was a little metal elephant figurine.
Love
cool.
that. I would have loved that, actually.
Yeah,
It's my
same.
favorite animal.
Number 9, a Christmas crossword puzzle. You suck.
Recycling. All right.
8, literally a plank of wood.
You know what?
You also
I
suck.
actually
but-
would appreciate that nowadays.
that?
Wood is very expensive.
What is hanging next to you?
Oh, it's my light thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yeah, wood is expensive. That's true. Number 7, pamphlets about why Halloween is a celebration of Satan. Thank you for that, Christians.
Thank you, Christian.
That
Baptist
clearly
Christians.
do not celebrate Halloween. I'm sorry for saying Christians. Not all Christians. No, that's not true.
I am
Let me not
a terrible
stereotype that
Christian.
because I'm a Christian, but yeah. You know what I mean.
Baptist.
The people that are super against Halloween and think that Halloween's for the devil. Number 6, a gingerbread cookie shaped like a penis.
Oh,
I
that's
always need
inappropriate.
one of those. It sounds delicious.
To give to a child?
Oh, just wait. Number 5, a baby turtle and a can of orange soda.
A baby turtle?
I know. I would be so excited.
As a parent, I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No. I'm a very irresponsible parent when it comes to animals.
Yeah, crab.
Yeah. So actually, I would be stoked. But as the responsible parent that I should be, I would be mad. If it was my choice, we would have every species of animals in our house.
Same. Number 4, a wig. Number 3, an actual cat named Levi. And the person said they still have them to this day, and he was 17.
Oh, I love that.
Number 2, my favorite, potato salad in a plastic bag. Who doesn't love potato salad? I love potato salad. I'd be so freaking happy. Like, you know, like when you get too much sugar and it's just candy's just too much and you're like, I need solid food in my system. Like, man, I would love to get a bag of potato salad. That's so like heavy and like full of carbs. Ugh. I want some potato salad now. And number 1, period starter kits for older girls and condoms for older boys.
I don't like that. That's not something you should be giving out to strangers.
Yeah, exactly. It's my husband. Sorry.
You're good.
All good. Yep. All good. All right. And that is it. That is the 10 weirdest things on BuzzFeed that people have gotten for Halloween. But I have seen in the news that like there's this one house that passes out potatoes. Like they give kids the option between like a potato and candy, and kids always pick the potato because like it's something weird.
Yeah.
I would totally pick a potato.
I would too.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first neighborhood story, it says, I don't know where I got this from, but whatever. It says Los Angeles hairdresser Peter Fabino.
We're going to go with that.
Fabiano opened his front door to trick-or-treaters on Halloween evening of 1957. Before he could reach for a few gobstoppers to throw into the brown paper bags that one was holding, bullets blasted out of the bag and into his chest. He had been shot to death. He was shot to death with a .22 caliber pistol. The pair that shot him was Golden Pfizer and Joan Rabel. Both pleaded guilty to murder and served a lengthy prison terms. The two women were lovers. Joan was also seeing Peter's wife, Betty, though.
Damn.
Jealous and enraged, she plotted to get Peter out of the picture with Golden's help. The date was picked as it seemed as a perfect night to skulk around the neighborhood in disguise, and it was. Not that it helped them get away with it, of course.
Oh my gosh. He was going to give them gobstoppers?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dang, that was juicy. That was crazy.
No.
That had like some, lots of drama.
I got lots of drama for
crime
you
in there. I loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it. And Halloween. It was spooky.
It was spooky.
Sorry, I had to aggressively clear my throat.
Started
to sound like an old man. Old lady. All right. Our first one I have is another from our pal H. I hate you.
Why?
Sorry.
Why are we? You need to repeat yourself.
I will. All right. So, no more. Anyway. All right. So I have another one from our pal H. And
Okay.
so before I was calling it what the H, but now we're going to call it Are You Okay, H?
Are you okay, H?
Are you okay?
Are you
All right.
okay? I am worried for her.
I am as
whoever
well.
they are.
Yeah. This is the fourth one, I believe. So a few weeks later.
Hold
all
on
right,
a second.
So you're good.
I'm recording. Sure. No. I got something from Holiday. She's going to, yeah. Well, I mean, she wanted a TV dinner, so. Oh, we can do that tomorrow. Did you hear that she got a B? She brought the F up to a B. Yeah. Well, because she's not perfect, Rick. But if it's not just homework, it's grades or tests and stuff like that. I don't know. Okay. 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 All right, love you. Okay, I will. Love you, bye. He was telling me about Thanksgiving plans. Not necessary.
Super that you're coming here for Thanksgiving.
I wish.
Or that our listeners are going to fly me to you.
Yes, yeah. No, he was like telling me about things. I'm like, it's not happening tomorrow.
It's on his brain, Amy. It's okay.
I know.
I get that.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. So, are you okay, H?
Are you okay, H? All right. So this one starts out, and from where I left off, I apologize because I kind of took this one into a weird spot. So just listen to the last episode at the ending part. So,
okay.
A few weeks later, I guess from the last incident, the tenant in the apartment, because there was like a mother-in-law suite, I believe, moved out, and my mom offered for me to occupy it for very cheap, utilities included. I was broke as hell, and this was a hell of a deal. Despite being uncomfortable sharing walls with the creepy downstairs, I took her up on the offer, and friend A moved in with me. The presence would occasionally enter the apartment, but for the most part, it was peaceful for a couple of years with only minimal experiences.
That's nice.
Off and on, visitors or other friends staying there temporarily would have experiences, witnessing doors opening by themselves or feeling as if they were being watched or followed. Friend A seemed to have the most encounters with the presence, including once being frozen in fear, trapped in the apartment as she could feel the hostile presence walk through the rooms. She would see figures move past windows, leaving no tracks in the snow. Wow,
that's so creepy.
I know. While this was frightening, the worst experience and the one that caught my attention the most was the day the presence mimicked me, something only an inhuman entity was likely to do. She was home alone with my dogs while I was at work. Sitting on the couch next to the front door, she suddenly heard my voice outside calling for my dogs. The dogs immediately rushed the door, so the dogs heard it too. Frantically barking, growling, and scratching at the door. My voice called for them again, and to her, I sounded strange. Why was I standing outside and calling for my dogs through not one but two doors? Why not just come in and get them? Suddenly, my voice grew angry. I shouted again for my dogs, this time closer to the window above the couch she sat on. She froze, fearful, sensing something was wrong. Eventually, she heard nothing, but remained on the couch, scared to get up. Several hours later, I walked in. She looked distressed and without greeting me, asked, "Did you come home on your lunch break?" I told her no, I had not. She looked a little more distressed and went into her room.
No.
Later, she would tell me about the experience, and this scared me. If whatever this is it really inhuman, or what is it?
Could that be like a poltergeist?
It sounds demonic.
Demonic?
Yeah, poltergeist is just like really active entities or ghosts.
Okay.
But yeah, that could be like demonic or like a skinwalker. I don't know.
Oh,
I know.
H, I'm so worried for you.
It's over now, or it's not. This was a long time ago, I should say.
Oh.
Let me just let everybody know that this was quite some time ago. So,
but in this moment,
and we haven't gotten to the end yet either. So,
worried, so worried. Okay, so this one is another one that I got from a news article. It says, when 12-year-old trick-or-treater TJ Darissa, when 12-year-old
TJ Darissa,
when 12-year-old trick-or-treater TJ Darissa knocked on Quentin Patrick's door in the city of Sumter, South Carolina. On Halloween night in 2008, he expected candy, but what he got was, I'm so sorry about this, 29 bullets through his front door from a fully semi-automatic AK-47.
Oh, shit.
11 of them hit him, killing him instantly. The poor kid's dad and younger brother were also hit, but pulled through and survived. It turns out that Quentin Patrick was a convicted drug dealer that had set up a rival gang of dealers and was fully expecting retribution. What he got was blood on his hands and 30 years on the inside.
Oh my gosh.
So it sounds like what happened was Patrick wasn't participating in trick-or-treating. The 12-year-old kid knocked on the door with his dad and his brother behind him. And thinking that it was the drug rivalry, he just blew bullets through the door without opening it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's really sad.
Oh, that poor baby.
I know.
That's really sad. Thanks a
Sorry.
lot for making us sad.
Well, maybe you can.
It's okay. I have a happy story.
Okay.
I don't think it is. Anyway, this one is from Upworthy.com, and it is from @Sentient Luggage. No comment. I was 6. I was 6 when I first saw her in the woods. I followed my friend John, even though he told me not to. I followed at a distance, watching my feet, making sure not to step on the bevy of fallen leaves. The first thing I saw was a small hut, raw, bloody, and nailed into place. The second thing I saw was her on the stoop, eyes all white, lips red. John ran to her. She reached down and embraced him and looked at me over his shoulder with her all white eyes.
Oh,
I ran like hell. I ran screaming like bloody murder all the way to my father, who swooped me up in a way he never had and hasn't had to do since. He asked me what happened, and I told him about John. Who? I described the kid I had met at the playground weeks ago. The kid I had played with 3 times before all of this. Even now, John's face is crystal clear in my mind. I could count the freckles on his face from memory. My dad tells me I was playing alone the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah. what did you follow into the woods?
Yeah, what the heck?
And are you okay?
Are you okay? Also, is the dad okay?
Are you good at sentient luggage?
Sensitive luggage.
Are you
I
good?
feel bad for the dad.
Yeah,
having
right?
to experience that.
Yeah. I can never look at my child the same.
No
You're
way.
never allowed to have an imaginary friend. This is why imaginary friends are not good ideas.
Well, I've told you about Alice with Linda, right?
I don't
There
know.
was a while, like a phase that she was going through, and we thought we figured it was just like an imaginary friend, but she would be like, "Yeah, my friend Linda." And we're like, "Who's Linda?"
Such a random name, Linda.
Yeah, like Linda's in my room. Who's Linda? I don't know
oh
anybody.
no!
But
Were you
she
freaked out?
it was before I really kind of like dabbled into the whole paranormal thing. Like I instantly was like, it's ghosts aren't real. So I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Well,
you had like a daycare, so you're like, it's an imaginary friend.
yeah,
How
yeah,
cute.
yeah. But also it
Oh,
was like really
gosh.
creepy because like, who's Linda? And why
I
do you
would
keep
immediately
talking
be
about
like
her?
that. The who? Linda, listen.
Yes, listen, Linda. So this is my next one. So on Halloween night in 2011, that was the year I was married. 55.
That's the year before I graduated high school.
Oh my God, you're such a baby. 55-year-old Liddell Peoples noticed a bag of his Halloween candy was missing. He accused his girlfriend Maria Adams of taking it, and the couple began fighting. That is such a stupid reason to fight over things.
You worked so hard for that candy, though.
He's 55 years old.
Oh,
Bree.
he's 55. What is he? A bag of... Oh, okay. Continue.
He accused his girlfriend Maria Adams of taking it, and they began fighting. At one point, they threw dishes, and Liddell had a cut over his eye. So things were getting serious. As the fight escalated, Liddell grabbed a knife and stabbed Maria multiple times with several different steak knives. He then called the police to notify them of the attack. Maria later died at the hospital, and Liddell was arrested.
Oh
The entire time he contended the fight and like said, you know, this was a real reason, like I did this in self-defense. And subsequent the entire time he contended the fight and subsequent attack were because of a missing bag of candy. The justice system was less than sympathetic of his missing candy and sentenced him to 30 years in prison.
That is fair. That is, you just killed someone over a bag. I wonder if they ever found it. Like over some Tootsie Rolls, man.
I wanna guess that probably illegal drugs were also involved.
There had to be. Oh my gosh, something
Otherwise-
had to be. That is ridiculous. Over the top. Wow, that's crazy.
I told you mine were not very nice this week.
They're all good though. I like them.
Yeah.
All right. Mine is from a friend of ours, Amanda. Amanda. Okay, so she told me this today actually because I had posted on Instagram what your what is your thing that creeps you out the most, and I put clowns, spiders, and then something else. And so she said, I remember my first trick-or-treating when I was 3. There was a house heavily decorated. I went to knock on the door, and from one direction, a mummy jumped out and picked up my sister, scaring her, who was 6. And a clown came up behind me, picked me up, laughing, creepy ass laugh. They were the teenagers of the house, thinking they were being funny. My mom lost her shit
No.
on them and their parents.
Yeah.
I hated clowns ever since. So, to follow up on this, when she said she was 25, at a haunted house, they have 38 plus rooms. Each room is dedicated to something creepy or of a fear. My biggest
pretty
fear is
cool.
clowns. Walk into this room, to the clown room. It's empty, just a bunch of random doors. And I have to find which one opens the next room. Well, clowns start appearing. I freak the F out, grab my friend's arm, and start bawling. One clown got in my face and taunted me. I warned her if she didn't move, I would punch her. She called me names and poking me, which actors are not supposed to touch you. I said,
Yeah.
this is your last warning. I will punch you. And you know her.
Yeah.
She said, oh, big baby girl is so tough. I dropped my friend's arm and reared back and punched her in the face, knocked her to the ground.
Gosh.
I found out the next day she went to the ER and I broke her nose. When I say I'm terrified of clowns, I am meaning I would rather cut off a finger than see a clown. I don't like masks or anything that I can't see the face.
I would also
Like, that is so, like, if they were constantly messing with me, no.
Yeah.
This ain't
Yeah.
McKinney Manor.
I wish that she could like somehow like tell those teenagers what an impact just a
Yeah,
stupid
I know.
decision of picking up a young child has made on that child. Like,
Especially when they have like a mask on. Little kids don't
Yeah.
like masks like that.
No.
Not normally. Like that, you just
yeah.
and
Like,
now she doesn't like Halloween.
she can't do what is it? I forgot what it was called. Someone called it something very specific, and I can't remember. It was like
It's
something
like
like
PTSD.
no. Like in the moment act or something like that. Like something a split second action, and that completely has changed her entire life because of it.
I know.
That's rough.
Yeah. I know that was more kind of true crimey, but I was like, I have to talk about this.
Yeah. I loved it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so my last
Thank you, Amanda.
one. Yeah, thank you, Amanda. My last one is from another news article. I didn't write down any of my news articles, but throwing eggs on Halloween night is typically a harmless prank, but in 1998, it turned deadly. When 21-year-old Bronx resident Carl Jackson and his girlfriend went to pick up her son from a party, teenagers threw eggs at their car. Carl got out of the car to yell at the pranksters to stop. In response, one of the teenagers pulled out a gun and shot Jackson through the head. He died instantly. Oh, New York Times. That's where I got it.
Okay.
17-year-old Curtis Sterling was charged with second-degree murder and criminal possession of a weapon. He was convicted and is serving 20 years.
Dang.
He receives a card. Get this. He receives a card in the mail every Halloween that reads, "I'm glad you're still there," from Jackson's mother.
Shit. That's I would say salty, but like I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You lost your son.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that one that you told.
The first Halloween.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I kept on coming across that when I was looking up Halloween stories. I was like, oh, I remember that one.
Oh, I hope it's not the same. No, I don't think it's the same one.
It's not the same name. No. Okay. So the last one I have here is from Cure.com, and it is from Elisa Lilly.
Okay.
When I was about 14 years old, I got a Ouija board for Christmas. My parents thought it would be a fun game.
Why? What year was this?
I have no idea.
Well, you know what would be fun to get for our daughter?
What
How
can we
old was
buy
she?
our 14-year-old? 14.
14.
Like, not like a poster of like Twilight. No, it's a Ouija board to talk to dead people.
Maybe she wants to talk to her great grandma. I don't know. It sounds fun to me. Yeah,
Oh, that is so weird that you say that. Okay, so my parents thought it would be a fun game. I was instantly thrilled and anxious to use it, but I
Of
wanted
course
to
she
do it
was.
when no one was around, which is like a big rule. You're not supposed to do it
Oh my
alone.
God.
I figured there was no way to cheat if it was only me. I had lost
Nope,
my
you can't cheat.
grandfather. Nope, nope. I lost my grandfather, so not grandmother, grandfather. When
Okay.
I was 5 years old, and we were very close. Me and my papa were attached at the hips, so when I lost him, I was devastated. Although he would come to visit me occasionally when I was still very young, but as I got older, I lost my contact. Sorry.
You're good.
That night, after everyone had gone to bed, I lit the candle and pulled out the board to contact my papa.
Oh,
At first,
no.
nothing happened, and I was heartbroken. I really wanted to talk to him again, so then I asked if any other spirits could find him and let
Oh.
him know. Be like, hey, can someone give a message to? Next thing I know, the candle was blown out with a forceful wind swirling around the room, and the
No.
planchette was ripped from my fingers and thrown
Oh
against
my.
the wall.
Oh no,
Then
I
I
just got
felt
chills.
a very dark presence in the room with me. I immediately jumped up, flipped on the lights, and screamed for my parents. They, of course, laughed it off, thinking I had spooked myself. Needless to say, I never got to speak to my papa, and I never touched that Ouija board again. But there was a price to pay for my naivety and stupidity. To this day, that dark presence still haunts me. I cannot get rid of it. I have been to shamans, priests, and other witches. None of them are able to banish this thing from my life. It is the worst mistake I've ever made in my life by opening the door to the other side and not knowing how to close it again. I am a practicing witch now, and I have a lot of people ask me to use Ouija or other summoning tools to speak to their deceased relatives. I flat out refuse to touch these types of tools because although I am a practitioner, I do not have the ability to open and close the doorways myself. I suggest to anyone wanting to do this to go to someone that is well versed and experienced with this type of summoning. Otherwise, stay away. The dead are on the other side of the veil for a reason. That border should not be crossed just because someone wants to say hello to their dead papa. Milton
Oh my
Bradley
gosh.
should never have mass produced these boards. There's no telling how many open doorways still exist because of kids messing around with powers they have no business messing with and no
Yeah.
clue how to close that door again.
Dude, that's
I know.
dark.
I know. But before that, I almost put a different one, but it was like too sweet. Before
Can
that,
you
I had what?
can you share that after I share my neighborhood story?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. Now thinking about it, my neighborhood story is kind of sad.
Okay. All right.
So,
Mine is kind of sad too.
you already shared yours.
No, the thing that I was about to tell you. Tell me.
Nope, you tell me.
No.
No.
Chicken.
No, because I have to close out on a neighborhood story, so never mind.
Okay, well, that's stupid. But the one that I read before had to do with this girl whose dad died, and they made a Ouija board out of this like poster board, and she got her dad's favorite whiskey glass, and they were like playing with the Ouija board, and they ended up contacting the dad, and she was like trying to get proof that it was him. She's like, "What did you use to call me when I was a baby?" And like he would have been the only one to know that, and so he had started saying "squirmy." And that's what he used to call her when he was a baby. And they like started talking and saying, "I love you. I miss you so much. And I need you." And I was like, oh, it's really sad. Sorry. Anyway.
That one's really sweet, though.
Yeah.
That one's good. That's a good one, too.
Yeah, but you still shouldn't play with Ouija boards, so don't do it. Unless you have someone that's like a professional.
And even then, let's, just wait until the afterlife to talk to them. Write it down on a notepad.
Just so easy to do.
Take it to your grave.
Sorry, guys.
So my neighborhood story, I'm going to give a trigger warning. because I don't want to upset people. So it's talking about miscarriages.
Okay.
But the reason why I picked it was because I'm going to preface this by saying I feel like you shouldn't, if you have trauma in your life, it's your responsibility to get help for that trauma. Regardless of who caused that trauma to you, it still happened to you, and no one can fix you except for you.
Yeah, you're the one who has to make the first step.
Yeah. So, and also you shouldn't force other people to, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but it's how I feel. But as someone who, I didn't go through trauma, but I am what is it? What they called it in therapy, like a surrogate for trauma for my daughter. I carry that burden for her. As someone who has similar and has witnessed it firsthand, I don't make other people tiptoe around my daughter or I because of the trauma that she has experienced.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like, yeah. I don't force other people to, what's the word? Change for us, or what's the desensitize, or be sensitive around us because of that trauma.
Right.
So I don't make other people carry that burden. So that's what I'm going to say. If you don't like it, I'm so sorry, but that's my opinion. We don't really get political on this podcast, and I don't really think that's political. But
you know, opinions are like buttholes. They all stink, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a letter that someone wrote to their neighbor. So it says, "Dearest neighbor, happy autumn. I can see you're preparing for fall time and the holidays. I do, however, humbly ask you to reconsider your Halloween decor. I walk to feel peace and for my mental health, so naturally I was passing through your neighborhood earlier. My peace of mind disappeared upon seeing the skeletons bearing the zombie baby." So it sounds like the skeleton's like giving birth to the zombie baby.
Mm-hmm.
"My brother died as an infant. His death was many years ago, but I haven't forgotten. The pain of his loss is very real. Because of this, the undead baby decoration nearly broke me apart. Hours after, as I write, I continue to feel disturbed. I am not the only one affected. In 2021, the CDC reported nearly 20,000 infant deaths. Struggling with this loss is something many people quietly suffer with, even in this very neighborhood, not in my Christian neighborhood. Imagine if it was your child. Imagine the anguish, the hurt, the emptiness that your heart and your home would feel. Considering all this, please take down those Halloween decorations. Doing so will make our neighborhood feel safe and comforting again. Of course, we can still celebrate the fall time season, but we must do so in a way that brings everyone gladness and peace. Like your adorable inflatable dog. That decoration is cute. Happy face. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this beautiful day. Sincerely, your neighbor."
First off, that ain't even your street. Second off, like, okay, I had a really bad birthday. And it was a terrible birthday. And now I hate my birthday. Now everybody else has to also hate their birthday, and they cannot celebrate their birthday. That is basically what she is doing. I get it. It's terrible. That is a terrible thing that happened to her. But at the same time, yes, like, you can't put that burden on other people. You need to move past it and realize that other people have to live their lives. See humor and light in it.
So she's saying, but this is what really gets me, is that a skeleton giving birth to a zombie reminds her of her brother that she lost as an infant. She didn't even say if she lost him like like the mom had a stillbirth or anything. She just said she lost him as an infant. So it doesn't even know if it was actually miscarriage or not.
Right.
I guess I should have done the trigger warning infant death. But it was many years ago. Bro.
Like, come on now.
I would, and just to retaliate, I would like make it more.
Right.
But that's just me because I'm a butthead.
You know, do you think Elvis's wife likes toilets? Because Elvis died pooping.
Oh, that's true.
He died taking his last poop and, you know, had a heart attack.
Such a way to go.
Maybe, yeah. I hope it was a good poop.
I hope it was. You know the ones that kind of like make you teary-eyed?
Yeah.
Those ones are so good.
I love the ones that make you feel like you lost so much weight.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I was so full. And then like, oh, I just pooped out like 3 meals. Trigger warning. We talk about shit.
Oh my gosh. So
that was annoying, but that was so annoying. I'm so annoyed at that Karen. Anyway,
yeah. I realized that after while we were doing our episode, I was like, maybe I should like, I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. This is our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, no one listens to us anyway.
No, it's just us. All those listeners a week, that's just us re-listening to ourselves.
I pull up to the coffee shop and like, oh, what podcast you listen? Mine.
Me. That's me.
Not true. I mean, I do usually listen to it every once in a while. Like if I like whenever I came back from the trip, I try to listen to it just to see how it turns out.
I normally will go in onto Spotify and like listen to like the first couple like minutes to make sure it sounds good.
Yeah.
Because it always sounds different once it's released. So
fair.
We're gonna get
submit your there's gonna be a pay parents that are listening, or if you just like listening to cute little things, stay tuned for a spooky, scary bedtime story coming up at the end of this episode, or that's going to be playing at the end of this episode, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Yay! And and also continue to submit them in because we'll probably take them for like 1 more week.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yes.
Perfect.
That's
correct. So yeah, submit them in what's with the neighbor or wwtnpodcast@gmail.com, and it can be a reread story, it can be a story that they make up, or it can be anything. Just make sure they recite their sources and it's in their own words, and you can submit a video, and we don't post a video, just pull the audio. Anyway, he's ready.
Yeah. Have you checked on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Bring
Amy out.
Psh. Psh. Say hi to your cats for us. Say hi to your cats for us. Say hi to your cats for us. Hey, that was a mean one. Say hi to your cats for us.
He's purring,
I can get Tony.
I can hear him purring.
Oh, you can.
Oh, Tony, I miss him. I wish he was my cat.
Say hi to your cats for us.
No, that was a little baby one.
Do you want a treat? He's pushing the mic away.
Stop,
Absolutely
Mom.
Not.
But when you said that, Leon's head went. I like saw him in the background.
Say hi to your cats for us. Say hi to your cats for us. Do you want a treat? Nope. He's mad at me now. He's like, you woke me up, you witch. Don't get that.
Have fun playing your arc. Yeah, don't be dead.
You are so excited.
I'm so excited for you.
Okay, bye, buddy.
Goodbye. Go
We love
breed
you.
some dinosaurs. Go make a dinosaur for me.
Oh, okay. Well, and Rick said hi, by the way.
Hi, Rick. I hope you guys build some Legos together.
Not tonight. I'm going to be busy playing Ark.
Yeah, I know. You're
Sorry.
good. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
How do you turn this off? Stop recording.